repositioned after, when I unpack stuff, I'm going to be displaying everything differently after I move. And this is the third one. Yeah, this is 2000. So this is Columbine. So you've got Columbine, you've got Pirouette 99, you've got Columbine for 2000, and you've got the Harlequin for 2001. So this one kind of goes with all three. They basically, it's a theme, kind of like a masquerade ball. No, they won't go back up in value, Dolly. This is the thing. This is why I don't buy stuff brand new on Swarovski, because so much of it comes down in price. But some of it is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's like a Disney princess, yeah. So once again, guys, when I bought these three on eBay, I literally paid £100 for all three. But brand new, they'd have been like 150 to 200 each. Back at 99, 2000. Right. I haven't moved yet. No, I am starting to... okay, cool. I am starting to do my packing. How did I get them so cheap, Connor? Buying them secondhand on eBay. So, another piece that I got very cheap on eBay was my bargain of the year a couple of years ago. And I'm going to show you all four pieces that I got together. And then I want you to guess how much I paid for all four pieces. Okay? So I'm going to show you the four, and I want you to guess on eBay how much I paid for all four. So I'm just going to get them out so I can reach them more easily, because three of them are up on the top shelf. Three of them are part of my prize of my collection. Right. June, yes, I do keep an eye open for proper teddy bears in charity shops. You do occasionally pick up a bargain of teddy bears in charity shops. I have before now found Steiff teddy bears in charity shops. Sometimes they know what they're worth, sometimes they don't. Once I found a Steiff teddy bear. I found a Steiff teddy bear labelled up for £2.50. Yeah. I told them, I said to them, do they know what they'd done? And I gave them 30 quid for it. It wasn't a collectible one. It wasn't a highly valuable one. It wasn't a collector's edition or limited edition or anything, but it was a really nice bear. I've still got it. But if it's especially for a charity shop, I will say, you know what, if I know it's worth a lot more, I will not take advantage of somebody not knowing what they've got. Yeah, if people are asking how old I am, I'm 50. So, the first piece. Now, like I said, I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for these in one go. I want you to guess how much I paid. So the first piece is the dragon. Now, this is actually a collectible dragon. This is one of the limited edition pieces. But unlike the other club pieces, these ones, I don't have the plaque for this piece. But when this piece is sat, it sits with this ball under the foot, like that. It's a zodiac piece, basically. Okay. So that was the first piece of this set. So I'm going to show you all four pieces I brought together And you can guess how much I paid for all 4 pieces in one go. There is the stalk, the second piece I got with this set. You'll notice a theme with this set because it's got 3 of the birds. Now, when you bear in mind that to buy the equivalent of these now, because these ones are retired pieces, but to buy the equivalent of these now, you're looking at 300 or more. I brought all 4 of these together on eBay. And they're all perfect, there's no damage. No, these were not Shein. You cannot buy Swarovski crystal on Shein. And my favourite, the pink flamingo. Now, when you bear in mind that all 4 of these should be at least £100 each, second hand on eBay. The person who listed these in a job lot didn't list them properly. They'd literally just listed one word, Swarovski, and a really bad photo. A really bad photo. And they put them on a buy it now. I was lucky. I was lucky to get all 4. Yes, I know, Liz, that flamingo is now selling for 120 to 300. Yes, I know. A couple of you have got it right. A couple of you have got it all right. For all 4 pieces, I paid £75, including postage. For all 4 pieces, I paid £75, including postage. Yeah, an absolute bargain. I was like, nah, this can't be real. I was half expecting them to arrive damaged. I was half expecting them to be chipped, to not turn up at all. Nah, all 4 of them turned up and I was bowled over. You can see the flamingo again, although I've just wrapped it because I have a second one. So when I brought the set, I already had 1 flamingo. But I didn't mind ending up with a second flamingo at that price. Bam, bam, bam. Every single piece of Swarovski. Let me see if I can show you on the eagle. Where is it? Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but every single piece of Swarovski, yeah, there it is on this piece. So just above my fingernail, can you see that tiny little swan that's etched into the glass? Can you see that tiny little swan that's etched into the glass? That is the Swarovski stamp that's on every single piece of Swarovski that's made. If it doesn't have that on, it's not Swarovski. But the other thing about Swarovski is you can tell by the quality. When you've handled Swarovski a few times and you know what Swarovski is like, you can tell whether it's Swarovski or not. No, LJ, they don't just make jewellery. They make jewellery, ornaments, household things. They even make tables and lights. You can even buy lights and things, light fittings, but they're hundreds of thousands of pounds. Again, here's the stalk. And there's my other bird for the collection. Do you want to say hello to the stalk? Yeah, Luna's come over to help. Not really sure she can help, but she can come over and entertain and keep me company. packing, yes. So I'm packing my Swarovski. Oh, she poos on my shoulder all the time, Liz. All the time. Now, I'm not actually taping this bubble wrap up for a couple of reasons. Number one, if I cut large pieces like this off and I'm wrapping it round and round, I don't need to fiddle with tape. The other thing is, I'm going to reuse some of this bubble wrap in the future to sell things. So when I'm posting stuff out in the future to sell, I can reuse some of this bubble wrap. Because believe it or not, bubble wrap ain't cheap. It isn't free. It's not cheap to buy. It's not expensive, but it's not free and cheap either. So if you can reuse and be environmentally friendly and try and reuse stuff, that's also a good idea. For the price of them, they look cheap. No, Molly, they're not cheap. Not at all. They might not come over in the detail on camera. And if you've never looked at Swarovski close up, you might think it's cheap. But when you look at the craftsmanship and the detail in every single Swarovski piece, you realise they are very detailed and very nice. Right, I'm going to start packing some of my smaller bits. Where do I get my crutches from? Well, I've got my pink pair there and my purple pair are here. I've literally got both pairs in the living room at the moment. And I got them from, I can't remember now which company, but I got them from one of the many mobility shops that are online. One of the many mobility shops. And the reason I got two pairs of crutches is sometimes I mix and match them. So sometimes I will have pink and purple crutches because I can take them apart and put the pieces with each other. So sometimes I have pink, sometimes I have purple, sometimes I have one of each, and sometimes I have multicoloured. Hi, Orca. Annalise, thank you for the rose. So yeah. For those of you just coming in, I am packing for my move. So I have started packing for my move, and at this minute, I am starting to pack my Swarovski crystal. Well, I've already started. So I'm going to show you as I go now, and I pack bits in. I'm going to switch to the tissue paper to do some of the small bits, because then I can pad around the bigger bits with the pieces, the smaller pieces. And believe it or not, I have a lot of smaller pieces. I've got some really nice purple tissue paper here. Right. So I can take little pieces like the little signs and I can wrap them together. So I've got two in there now. Now we'll wrap the third piece in together. And then I will wrap that up. Like so. Oh, there's loads in the cabinet still, Jake. Yeah, there's plenty left in the cabinet. Don't worry. If you've only just joined, there's plenty more still to go, so don't panic. What should I do next? Let's do the seahorse. This is my little seahorse, another eBay find. I can't tell you how much I paid for all of these because I can't remember. But when I bought the big sets, and I remember how much I paid for them because they were absolute bargains. So there's the little seahorse. In with the seahorse, I'm going to put the little turtle. This is the little turtle I've got. Turtle or tortoise, whichever you want to call it. What should I put in with these two? I need a couple of flat pieces. Let's put that snowflake in. Actually, no, I'm going to pack the snowflakes together because I've got several of them. Right, I'm just going to wrap those two as they are. Connor, this box with the glassware is going in the car, not on the removal van. I'm taking responsibility of this box. Yeah, there's a few things that I won't put on a removal van. my glassware, as in this stuff. I'm not worried about my kitchen stuff. But when it comes to my Swarovski collection and a few particular breakables, yeah. Holly, please just ignore it and make judgments on me based on your own opinion. Okay, Holly, that was what I'd ask you. Please just, if you want to judge me on your own opinion. Don't listen to other people who are making stuff up about me. Thank you. Yes, Beanie, my PA will be driving me on Move All Day. I am a tiny bit worried. My PA actually has a holiday booked. And I'm hoping moving day doesn't end up being the first week of October, because my PA is on holiday the first week of October. And if my PA is on holiday, I am well and truly stuffed. Alright, following on from the little set earlier, this is one of my favourite little pieces. This is my little pirouette clown, little girl pirouette clown. Now, the reason this piece is special for me, when I was a little girl, about 4 or 5, I took part in a pageant, and I have photos of me as a little girl dressed in a very similar costume as a little clown in a little pageant as about 5 years old. So that little one, again, came from eBay. Like I say, a lot of my Swarovski came from eBay. And you can get such good bargains, you really can. A PA is a personal assistant, guys. A PA is a personal assistant. A lot of disabled people and people with needs, a lot of people have special help or personal assistance. Who pays for that? Emily, I do, with the help of my parents. I pay for my PA from my PIP, my personal independence payment. PIP is there so that you're put on a level playing field. There you go, one of my Christmas decorations. That is one of the snowflakes. If you can see, it's a raised snowflake. That's all right, Lucy. No, PA, personal assistant. No, they're not cheap, Donald. She is £22 an hour. And for new clients, she's £24 an hour. This is another of the snowflakes. These are the annual Christmas decorations that they've made over the last 30 odd years. I don't have all of them. In fact, I only have a few. But these are the snowflakes. The snowflakes are very pretty, but I do not hang them on the tree because they're not lights, and if they drop, which I have dropped one in the past, if they drop, they shatter. I used to have a couple more and they got broken in over the years. And there's my really tiny one. Hold it by its metal loop. There you can see that's a really small one. Do I have my PA every day? No, because I can't afford my PA every day. If I could have my PA every day, life would be a lot easier. A lot. But I can't afford to have my PA every day, so I have her once a week. Oh, Donald, I would dream of having the Swarovski Advent Calendar one year. I can only dream of having the Swarovski Advent Calendar one year. Only dream of having it. Nah, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Right. I will carry on with some of the Christmas ornaments that I've got. Now, a couple of these I bought new because the very small ones are actually not expensive. The very small pieces of Swarovski are not very expensive in Swarovski terms. But I've also bought, like I said, a lot of this has come from eBay. So for my PA, I use my PIP. PIP is supplied to people with disabilities and health problems to help them pay for their medical needs. PIP is not there as a benefit to go and, I don't know, spend on teddy bears and Swarovski. Just to use my perfect example. PIP is there to help people pay for mobility needs, accessibility needs, care needs. Yeah. So I can't get carer's allowance, Tracy, because I don't have an unpaid carer who cares for me 35 hours a week. A carer's allowance is only available if you care for somebody, and it's not available for the person that needs care, it's the carer. If you care for somebody on an unpaid basis, so a family member, and you don't get paid to care for them, then you can apply for carer's allowance, and you have to care for that person for at least 35 hours a week. So this is one of the pieces I've bought very cheaply on eBay. This is one of the little clowns. Now, can you see why it was very cheap? There is actually a piece of damage on this. Can you see the damage? And it's not the leg that I'm holding. The leg is not damaged. Can you see the damage? No, the leg's not missing. No, I'm holding one leg and the other leg's there. Exactly, Lulu and G. The hand is missing. But you can't really see the hand is missing when it's sat in the cabinet. I paid £10 for this piece. Because the hand's missing, I paid £10 for this piece. You know, I'm confused as to why you would need... Victoria, I didn't say I needed care for 35 hours a week. That was not what I said, Queen Victoria. I was saying to get carer's allowance, somebody would need to care for somebody for minimum 35 hours a week. Minimum. Not maximum, minimum. Sorry. So one of the things I have problems with is my intercostal muscles on my ribs. Some of you have heard me talk about this before. And when I bend and stretch, you lot don't see me moving all the time, but when I bend and stretch, my intercostal muscles stretch. And at the moment, my intercostal muscles on my left ribs have been hurting quite a bit since the accident the other week. It's something I put up with all the time. So, yeah. What muscles... Oh, Luna's just pooed. What muscles? Intercostal muscles. Intercostal are the muscles that are between your ribs. So we all have muscles between our ribs which are called intercostal. And yeah, my left ones are pulling at the moment. Even though I'm on painkillers, they're still hurting and twinging. I'm always on painkillers. Yes, I am. Sorry. Luna just pooed and I caught it on my hand. Right. Annette. So that's an antibacterial wipe that I'm using. There you go. I use those to clear up after Luna. Just checking none of it landed on the furniture. Nope. It just landed on my hand. You like my pink crutches? Yeah, Grace, you can get the pink crutches and the purple crutches. So my purple ones are here. Sorry, Luna, don't want to scare you. So there are my purple ones. And I can take these apart and mix them. So sometimes I go around with a pink and purple, and sometimes I have multicoloured ones. No, Grey, I buy those wipes from Amazon. I buy a box of 100 like that from Amazon. And I've always got them in my pocket. I've got this box sat here because I used them to clean up after Luna. I've always got them in my handbag with me for cleaning my hands when I'm out and about. I do make sure that I don't pick bugs up, so I try to keep my hands clean and stuff when I'm out and about. That's why I just used antibacterial hand wipes. And it wasn't a wet poo, it was a dry poo. No, they've removed it, Jake. Thank you very much. Thank you for that, Raising Two Monkeys, yes. Can I walk at all? Yes, user. I am what is called ambulatory disabled, which means I can walk short distances. I struggle in my current house, which is why I'm moving, because I struggle with the stairs, so I am moving to a bungalow. Bye, Donna. Right. So this is one of my favourite Christmas decorations. This is a little Winnie the Pooh with a present behind his back. It's the only Disney Swarovski I've got. This is a little Winnie the Pooh with a present behind his back. It's the only Disney Swarovski I've got. And this was a present about 10 years ago, one Christmas. So I've had him years. So I'm going to wrap a couple of my Christmas bits together. This is a very small Christmas tree with a little silver star on the top. Again, I got that piece on eBay. I get so many bits of Swarovski of my collection on eBay. It's ridiculous. I can't remember how much I paid for those pieces. Here's a tiny little Santa Claus. Yeah, I'm just going to wrap those three together. There we go. Put them in. Right. And I'm going to need more than one box. I knew I'd need more than one box because the vase and the cookie jar take up a lot of space. Jade, I literally scroll through page after page after page on eBay. So I literally just type in Swarovski. SWAROVSKI. Literally just type that in. There's another with the ornaments, hanging ornaments. Literally just type that in. Oh, here's the little pin that went with the Columbine. That little pin is a clothing pin, and that was given with the Columbine when the Columbine came out. I'm not downsizing, Mrs. Haggis. I'm sideways moving, so I'm moving from a 3-bed house to a 3-bed bungalow. And she's just pooed down my back again. Thank you, my darling. Let me see what you've just done. Can I reach it? I can't even see. I thought it was a poo, but it might not have been. Is there anything there? Can anybody see anything? Nothing there. Or it might have gone down onto the cushion. No. Excuse me for a second. Ah. There it is. There we go. Oh, ow. Guys, if I changed my top every time she pooed on me, I'd get through at least 5 tops a day. Thank you, Lucy. Ali, so because I'm at home all the time, I like being able to spend time in different rooms of the house. So I've got the living room, which is going to be kept tidy. More for when I've got people over, that type of thing. I'm going to have a snug, or a bit like a den. My little gingerbread man that hangs as well. Little gingerbread man. I'm not breathless, guys. This is pain. You can't see that I'm actually in pain when I move like that. So, yeah. And there is the poinsettia leaf. Poinsettia flower. So, my bedroom, my spare room, and then my snug. A pit of the vase is stuffed with paper to keep the vase safe. So I also have the conservatory, which is going to be my craft room, and Luna's bird room in the conservatory. I have the garden, and yeah, it's a very nice bungalow. No, to Toya Tilly. It's not a council house. It's a bungalow that I'm buying. I am selling this house because I own this house. I bought my first house back in 1997. Yeah. Yes, Connor, it's in the process of going through with the solicitors as I speak. I sent my solicitors some more paperwork earlier on today, and I am waiting to see if they need me to try and find any more paperwork. Emma Jane, I am not in a council property. Let me repeat that, Emma Jane. I am not in a council property. I own my own home. I have nothing to do with council housing. I want to stress there is nothing wrong with living in a council house if you qualify for it. If I qualified for it, Emma Jane, I'd have had a bungalow a long time ago. because bungalows cost a lot more to buy than a house because they take more ground space. The only reason I am moving is because I need to be in a bungalow. But I don't qualify for a council house because I own my own house. Thank you for that, Jane. Exactly. If I wanted a 10-bedroom mansion, if I could afford it, I could buy my own. Can't afford it, so I wouldn't. But you understand what I'm saying. If you own your own house, it's up to you what you buy. Emma, you implied council housing, Emma, because when you're waiting for a house, that implies you're on the waiting list. And the only waiting list that I'm aware of is council housing, which these days can also be called housing association housing. But nearly all housing association housing is linked to the council. I know all of it around here is. Miss Honey the Corgi, so council housing, also known as housing association housing, is where you are deemed as not having enough money to rent a private renting. So you are renting something that is subsidised by being owned by a housing association that's normally a charity or linked to a council. The council, yes, a lot of the council housing has been turned into housing association. Sarah Roper, that is my understanding, Sarah. If you think that's false information, that is my best explanation of what council housing and as housing association housing. That's my understanding of it. Affordable housing, yes. It all used to be called council housing. Everyone's always having a go. Exactly, Amanda. No matter what I talk about, people think I think I'm an expert. No, I don't. I didn't say I was an expert, guys. But I do disagree with Emma turning around and saying, if she's waiting for a house to be renting, why am I the problem? When I'm buying my own house and it's nothing to do with renting. There you go, Emma. Yeah, Tan, it's housing paid for and owned by the government. Thank you, Tan. And in local areas, it's the council who normally does the buying and then hands it over to housing associations, which are paid for by the taxpayer. Right, so let's go back to wrapping my Swarovski, shall we? And ignore the trolls, because that's what they are at the end of the day. Right, there's another little hanging Christmas ornament. That's the little Santa's hat with its little hole hanger at the back. Oh, Tony, you must be private renting then, unless you own your own. If you own your own home, then you own your own home. If you rent, you might rent from a housing association, you might privately rent from a landlord, you might rent what used to be called a council house, because there are council houses here where I live on the same street. This street was part council, part private. Han, I understand I don't pronounce it 100% correctly, Han. But you know what? It's how I pronounce it. And I'm sorry, you can shoot me if you want to. I don't pronounce it 100% correctly. It's how I pronounce it. Right. This is a piece I love, and it's an old piece. So this is a solid single crystal. And it's in the shape of an egg. And that's an old piece of Swarovski. So just to give it in perspective, there we go. It doesn't stand, it doesn't have a flat, it is an egg. So it's not actually flat, it doesn't stand up. That's why it's got its little stand. you doing? You chewing my top? I think, and I'm going to say this, I think the worst thing that was done to council housing by Maggie Thatcher back in the 80s was when Maggie Thatcher started selling off the council stock with right to buy. I think right to buy was a mistake. The reason I say that is when they started selling off the council houses on right to buy, they didn't then replace the houses they sold. So when they started selling off council housing stock to people who wanted to buy them, I personally think that she should never have done that, because they didn't keep up with the sales, and now there are a lot fewer council properties, or housing association properties as they're now called, because all of the council housing in this area is now under a local authority housing association. So it's no longer called council housing, it's called whatever the name of the housing association is. Housing. But it's still owned by the council. Yes, I am lucky, Georgia. I purchased my first house back in 1997, which is probably before a lot of you were born. I purchased my first house in 1997 at the age of 23. I'd been working for years, and I got my first mortgage at the age of 23. As I was working. So when I bought my first house in 1997, my first house was £72,000. It was a lot easier to buy back then, Sarah, it was, yes. The deposits were a lot smaller and houses were a lot cheaper. I am 50. Yes, Stan, I am 50. Now, if I still lived in that same house, which I don't, I've moved 5 times. If I still owned that house, it's now worth over £400,000. That house, if I now owned it, it was a two-bedroom house, Tan, in West London. 2-bedroom end terraced house in West London with a huge garden. And if I still owed that house, it would now be, it is now worth, not would be, it is now worth over 400k. No, it wasn't an ex-council, Mrs. Haggis. No. I've never been a council tenant. Right, I'm going to start wrapping some of my smaller ornaments. So this is my little wizard cow. There you go. That's one of them. Again, these are all from eBay. I can't remember how much I paid for some of these. The first of, oh actually no, I'm going to do the dogs together. I'll do the flower. So this is one of the little flowers I've got. I've got a lot of flowers. No, my parents had nothing to do with it, Kirsty. Back then, my parents had nothing to do with me buying my first house. I mean, they supported me, as in mentally and physically, but no, they didn't have any financial support for me back then. Because I was working full-time, and I was at college one day a week. I had a very active social life, and I was earning good money back then, for the time. People forget that when you're 50, you've already lived. And I wasn't ill forever, as in I did work before I was ill. And I even worked after I was ill. Or since I've been ill. I'm working now. So you know what? For all those people who say I don't work. Yeah. What do my parents think to this move? Frere, they wouldn't be helping me if they didn't think it was the right thing. Yeah, my parents definitely want me to move to a bungalow. They think it's very definitely the right thing. Lady Badger, I have no idea, but welcome to my live. Blue, no. GLS, I'm not rude, GLS. I'm defending myself. I get a lot of trolls and a lot of bullies coming in, GLS. And I'm defending myself, and I'm sick of explaining myself again and again and again and again and again and again and again. That I make myself dizzy. It makes me frustrated. Right, do you want some cuteness? Who wants to see some cuteness? If I said an animal you normally find in a zoo, give me some guesses. An animal you normally find in a zoo. Yay, Leah May! This is my little elephant. That's my little elephant. Again, eBay purchase. I love that. Where did you get this money? Gimme UK. I've been collecting them for over 20 years. I didn't suddenly buy all this today. Oh, it does make me laugh that people assume I've just bought all this. It does make me laugh. It really does. No, I don't have kids. Well, I've got Luna. Does she count? I think she counts. Yeah. Just going to close the doors for a minute. And try and slide that a bit closer. There we go. I can reach the next shelf. Right. Stop rocking. Thank you. Right. Now, I know that buried over there somewhere, I've got a few boxes for a couple of my bigger bits of stuff, of Swarovski. So a couple of my bits I'm not packing because I know I have still got their boxes when I find the boxes, which, like I said, are over there and a couple are in the garden room. So I'm just going to carry on packing the small bits for now. Have I seen the new finches? Boo, no, I haven't seen the new ones, but I do have the swallows up there, which I got on a cruise 3 years ago. Again, when I won some money in the casino, I went and spent it in one of the gift shops. Yes. Oh, here's one of the brooches I've got. Again, this was an eBay purchase. A lot of people don't realise that although I bought and I've been gifted some of my Swarovski brand new, a lot of my Swarovski jewellery, again, I have bought on eBay second hand over the years. And that is a little bee. There you go. When I'm on a cruise, Kirsty, I like roulettes. And if I win some money, I spend it in the gift shops. And I only ever take with me what I can afford to lose. And if I lose it, I lose it, and I have fun. And if I win, I spend it and enjoy it. Oh, Luna! She thinks she's helping me, screaming down my ear. Yes, Nana B, it was Swarovski. I know what is and isn't Swarovski. And Swarovski have done many little elephants. You're getting cross with the bubble. Oh, it's the scissor. She doesn't like orange and yellow. Right. I'm going to start the little bears. These will be fun. So I do have a little collection of little bears from Swarovski. Okay, Nana B, that's fine. I know that that's definitely a Swarovski elephant. Apart from anything, it's got the Swarovski logo on it. So this is one of my favourite of the little bears. As you can see, they are little bears. And this is the angel. Can you see her angel wings there on her back? I love these little bears, I really do. I've got a little collection of them here. Harry, hopefully sometime towards the end of September. Right, so this is the little hobby horse. There you go. This is the little hobby horse bear riding his hobby horse. Again, very cute. Again, some of these I've been gifted for birthdays and things. Some of these I bought new, like this one. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I bought that one on a cruise years ago. These are all Swarovski. SWAROVSKI. You can find them on the internet, and a good place to buy them second hand is eBay. Yeah, this is a packing live, packing my Swarovski collection. No, it's not for sale. I can see people saying, you're selling them? No. How are my ribs doing? Daisy, I'm sore, but I'm not showing it. Yes, Kirsty, this is all going back on display when I move. I will be rearranging the display. So this one has a slight bit of damage, but I have the piece off it to repair. So this is a little teddy bear holding an even tinier teddy bear in a box. Now on the front of that little green box should be a red bow, because it's one of the Christmas pieces. It should be a little red bow on the front, and I've got the red bow, I just need to stick it back on. Do I have the giant crystal? Which one are you talking about? There's lots of giant crystals. Yeah. Again, this is a little Christmas one. This one is designed to hang on a Christmas tree. As you can see, the little hanging bit there. And again, he is ever so slightly damaged because he sits and this little bit is supposed to be attached to him. And that is his little toy train. And his little toy train is supposed to sit under his arm there. You see where his arm's sat out and he's looking? His toy train is meant to be stuck on him. But I just have it sat on the shelf next to him in the cabinet. So Sammy, you can pick an absolute bargain up on eBay. Chrissy, they're not knockoffs, these are all real. I'm gonna wrap the little Christmas cake or birthday cake. That's just a crystal with lots of tiny little bits on top. No, Kirsty, they do jewellery, they do ornaments, and they even do household objects. One of the things they do a lot of is big lights, big glass lights and chandeliers and things, but they are very, very, very expensive. Shelby, when you see the quality of Swarovski, you can tell it from non-real Swarovski. The quality is there. The other thing is, every single piece of Swarovski, even the really tiny pieces, like this little flower in a flower pot, they are etched with the Swarovski logo. Now, where is it on this one? With this one, it's on the metal under there. I don't know if you can see that. You might not be able to with the reflection. But they're all stamped or engraved with the Swarovski logo, which is a swan. Yes, Nana B, a little swan. So yes, I do know how to tell what is and isn't real. I think when you've handled enough, you know how to tell what is and isn't real. Exactly, Lynn, yeah. That's possible, Kathy. I did say earlier on that the camera angles and the lighting, you might not be able to say it's real. No, Bethany, it's not. So this is one of my little flowers. I love these little flowers. I've got this one, I've got a tulip, and then I've got the bigger flower as well. Ali, this will be going in the car with me. This will not be going on the removal van. If I was to try and replace this lot with new pieces, yes, it would be very expensive. But as I've said to you, yeah, you can see the tulip. As I've said, I bought a lot of this secondhand on eBay. I've been ill since I was 21, Emily. Was that Emily? Who said that? Oh, I've lost where it is now. Yeah, Emily, yes. Have I been ill since childhood? Since I was 21. So almost, but not quite. JD, yes, I've already shown a couple of the birds that I've got, and I've got the parrots that I've got up on the top shelf. I've also got a piece that I had for my birthday, which I've never unpacked. Because knowing I was moving, I never unpacked it. And that is a very special piece for my collection. Or Nana B, you can always come in my box sometime if you want to. How many followers do you have? Nana B, you've got more than enough to go live. If you ever wanted to do a Swarovski evening with me and you wanted to show your collection, you'd be welcome to come in my box and we could do a Swarovski live together if you wanted to. So again, this is another Christmassy flower pot, as you can see. There you go. That's a Christmassy one with Christmassy colours. So do you have a lot of the big ones, Nana B? Do you have a lot of the big limited edition ornaments? Yeah, I can't afford to buy those. I've got the swallows, the bargain ones that I showed you earlier on. Were you here, Nanaby, when I showed the bargain of the purchase I got on eBay? I got the stork, zodiac dragon, heron and the flamingo for £75 on eBay a few years ago. They listed 4 together on a buy it now, and the buy it now was listed for £75. The photo was pretty terrible, and I thought it was going to be a con. I thought it was going to be damaged and everything, and they turned up really good quality and perfect. Absolutely couldn't believe it. Luna here is a pineapple green cheek conure. No, Chrissy, you won't have seen these in Poundland, love. No. I know I've got the box for that one and that one. They're damaged, so I want to put them in the damaged box. Yeah, I have a box of damaged ones, which are waiting for me to carefully repair. So sometimes when you go on eBay, you can see somebody selling a small collection of damaged ones, and you can sometimes pick up one that you can repair yourself. I have a few that over the last couple of years, when I've been scrolling through eBay, I've seen. Sorry. I've got a few in a box in the garden room in my craft stuff that are waiting for me to have the patience to sit down and repair them. I don't have any other Disney ones, Kirsty. The only Disney one I've got is the Winnie the Pooh that I showed you earlier, the little Christmas Winnie the Pooh that I showed earlier. Riley, I've been collecting for over 20 years. Yeah, a lot of the Disney ones are lovely. There's a couple of Disney ones that I would absolutely love to have, but yeah, I can't afford them. Even secondhand, I can't afford them. I honestly can't remember, Jess, what my first piece was. Honestly couldn't tell you which was my first piece. Do I have any TY? Yes, Flamingo. I've got a box full of TY still. Yeah, Abu, when I've moved and I've set them all up, I'm not going to be prioritising unpacking all of these. Oh, thank you so much, Donna. Donna, that was awesome. Thank you so very much. Mwah. Thank you, Donna. When I've set them up, I'll quickly show you the cabinet. So this is the cabinet I've currently got. As you can see, it's not very big, and they are rather crammed in there together. Now upstairs here, there are birds. Yes, Chelsea, there are birds. I just haven't got to showing them to you yet. They are the pride of my collection. No, unlikely, Leah, because they don't move. To Luna, they're just a piece of inanimate object. No. No, I'm not selling them, LJ. No. So, I'm going to carry on, and I'm moving carefully because I'm moving now to some of the more fragile ones. So, I want to go carefully. So this angel I've had for quite a while. I've had this angel for quite a while. So I've just got some dust on my finger. So this little angel is a standing angel. And she is special for me. She is like the angel Gabriel. And she is one that I love with her wings on the back. Oh, there are pieces that I would love to have in my collection. I'm not going to lie, there are pieces. They're mostly the birds. If somebody said to me, what would you like to focus on, it would be the birds. Because some of the Swarovski birds are amazing. If you've not seen them, just Google them. They are amazing. This is Luna. My name's Annette and this is Luna. Hello, Tiny Tina. How are you? Right. I need to get that box over there, but I don't have the energy at the moment to stand up. This is why my crutch is getting handy for pulling things closer so I can reach them. Oh, sorry, Luna. This is when I wave my crutches around a little bit, it spooks Luna a little bit. So when you buy a piece of Swarovski, I'm not sure which box this is. Hold on, I'll have a look. Which box is this? The flamingo, right. So I will lift my flamingo down and show you the boxes. In fact, I'm going to lift them down while I'm standing up. I'm going to lift several of them down. I'll lift the smaller ones down because they are being wrapped. The bigger ones are waiting to see if I can find their box. The ones I don't have boxes for, I'm putting down here. Donna, thank you so much. Thank you, Donna. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, Tracy, I didn't have enough energy to walk over there. Thank you, Donna, for the hand heart as well. Thank you so very much. My PA's coming on Thursday and we're spending the day packing on Thursday. Tina, thank you so much for the hand heart. Thank you. So, when you get a Swarovski piece of ornaments, it normally comes in a big box like this. So this is a Swarovski box. And inside, they are very well padded. But I don't keep all the boxes. Well, number one, when I buy them on eBay, a lot of them don't come with boxes because a lot of people do what I do and they throw the boxes away because they don't plan on selling the pieces. They buy the pieces to enjoy them. Now, I didn't realise that this box was in the loft. There were a few boxes. Thank you, Donna. That's really nice of you. Thank you. So there are a few pieces of crystal that I do have boxes for. And this is one of them. This is the flamingo that I've got two of. So as you saw earlier on, I've already wrapped one of them up. And this is the other one. So I've got this one first, second hand, at an antiques fair. Jackie and I went to an antiques fair about 6 years ago in Milton Keynes. And I got this at the antiques fair. I paid a lot more for it than the equivalent of the four of them for £75. So earlier on I showed you the stuff I got for £75, which was an absolute steal. Now I'm trying to get that firmly in the bed of the box. There we go. So I'm just going to hold it while I show you. So that is it bedded firmly in the box. And as you can see, the cushion is carved. So you just put it into the box and it will fit perfectly flat. Yeah, the Beauty and the Beast, Leah, is beautiful. And as you can see, that's now nice and flat in the box. Now, when they're brand new, they come like this, well padded together, and then you have an outer box that goes around that as well. So I have a few boxes, but I don't know where they are at this minute. So I'm going to carry on with my little ones that I definitely don't have boxes for. And some of you will like some of these because some of these are darn cute. I'm just going to move my crutch out the way. So again, a lot of these came secondhand on eBay. And as you guys know, and as I've already explained, you can pick up some absolute bargains if you look regularly on eBay. I look regularly, and if I see a bargain, I'll get it. If I don't see a bargain, I won't. Oh, I just need to reply to a text message. Please bear with me a second. Go. So I just needed to reply to that text message. So, cutie. Let's start here. One of my favourites. This is a beautiful butterfly. Now, when I saw this butterfly listed, I was convinced. When I ordered it, it was listed as Swarovski for 20 quid. I was convinced it was a fake or not Swarovski. I was convinced. But you know what? I loved the colour. I thought it was beautiful, so I still bought it. And I know it's definitely Swarovski. Because if you look carefully, you can probably see the swan on there. I don't know if you can see it there. There you go. You can just see the swan. Can you see that in the bottom of edge of the base? Can you see the swan? So that's how I know that this is a genuine piece of Swarovski. But when I saw that for 20 quid, I grabbed it. So yeah. So when this lot's all in my cabinet, I tend to clean the cabinet once every 6 months. I don't clean it regularly because it's not too dirty. But it does get a little dusty. But the problem is, with having so many little ones, as past experience reminds me, when you take them out to clean them, that is when you're most likely to damage them. That is why I'm sitting down here calmly, doing one at a time and carefully wrapping them and showing you. If I was rushing doing this, I would easily be breaking them, easily. If people are just coming in here to abuse and hate on me, they're going to get blocked like that. Leah May, I have no idea how much they were. I'm not really that worried because I don't go for them by value. I go for them because I love them. So here's one of my little parrots. As you can see, this is a very cute little parrot. Now, when it comes to the parrots, I have one that's new, as in new this year, who was a a birthday present for my 50th. and it is still boxed up because I haven't unwrapped it yet, because I didn't want to unwrap it, wrap it again and accidentally damage it. So it's still wrapped up since my birthday, but I'm really looking forward to unpacking it when I move. Here's another of the little birds. Yes, Susan, these are coming off my display shelf now while I'm packing them. The one I'm talking about hasn't yet been on display because I haven't wanted to damage it from packing and unpacking it too much. I have several pieces that are waiting for me to try and repair them because I've damaged them. I have 2 toucans of the little ones. I don't have the big toucans. I can dream. The little toucans, I've got 2 of them, and both of them have their beaks have fallen off. Here's the little duck. He does balance on a flat surface. There you go. And crackers, I know. Lynn, I know, Lynn, you are going to have an amazing time. Yeah, it's like a little rubber duck. They've done a whole set of those. You can get them in loads of different colours. I'm going to wrap the owl with the duck. I haven't got a pussycat, so I can't do the owl and the pussycat together. That's the owl. I can't remember which company I bought the crutches from, but there are lots of companies on the internet that sell them, and lots of places sell the coloured crutches now. I'd suggest using Google, looking on Amazon, looking on eBay. There are lots of companies that now sell the colourful crutches. Yes, Polly, the move will happen in one day. Yep. Two shoes and a bear. That's the piece that I have in a box that I haven't yet opened. I've opened it to look at it, but they've not yet been on display because I really don't want to damage them. That's the piece I was given for my birthday. And it is amazing. Blew me away. Absolutely blew me away to be given that for my birthday. Now here's one of my favourite little pieces. It's not a little, it's a medium size. The 2 budgies. Oh, thank you, Grace. Here you go, 2 little budgies. Sat on a branch. And I did get these new about 7 or 8 years ago, and I think at the time they were about 120. Thank you so much for the hand heart, Bella. Thank you. Do your crutches need... Yes, they already are size corrected, Lindsay. I've already had them sized up for me. I can do it myself as well because I know what to look for and how to do it. My first crutches were given to me by the NHS, but since then I've chosen to have nicer ones. Fern, I have no idea what you're talking about, Fern. Maybe you need to educate yourself a little bit, Fern, and stop harassing people. Yep. Lindsay, they're so easy to resize. I am looking at myself, Fern, and I'm very happy with how I look. Thank you very much. I mean, to come in and hate on me, Fern, you obviously don't have very much opinion of yourself. Do you know what, Fern? You need to love yourself before you can love someone else. So if you don't like me, you obviously don't love yourself. So Fern, I'm going to make it easier for you so you don't have to see me anymore, Fern. I'm going to block you. Take care. Done. So Heather, I've already been packing since April in small amounts. Packing stuff that I really don't need in the foreseeable future. You know what, Mrs. Max, I'm getting rid of you as well. See ya. I'd like to know how I anger the chronically unwell community, because I'm not a faker. I have a few people on here who don't like me and are spreading rumours that I'm a faker. I most certainly am not. Oh, sorry, that was the little toucan. Not toucan, cockatoo. The crested cockatoo. Exactly, Emma. If you can't love yourself, how can you possibly love somebody else? Think about it. Now, do you want some cuteness? Now, this one I got 2 years ago. Again, I got this one on a cruise. And this one was casino winnings again. And I think this one was about £90 with the discounts on board. I think this was about £90. No, I'm not selling anything, Chan. No. No, Penny, I haven't. I've been bullied my entire life, and because I've had health problems and other things my entire life, I've always been bullied. And I've been bullied so much that I believe what the bullies say. It's only in the last few months, am I starting to realise that the bullies aren't right. As an adult, the bullies don't mean they're right. And a lot of people need to find that out for themselves, their own way. And it's taken me till now to understand that. Now, this is not a brooch, but I wish it was. This is just an ornament that sits. But it's absolutely gorgeous, and I wish it was a brooch because I'd wear it all the time. I absolutely love it. If that was a brooch, I'd wear it all the time. And again, this was an eBay find, and I paid 10 quid for this tulip. Paid 10 quid for that tulip. I actually got two of them together, this one and a red one, and I gave my mum the red one. My mum has a small collection as well. So the two things I collect are teddy bears and Swarovski. They're the only things I collect. I don't have room for another collection. Teddy bears and Swarovski. Pizza collects coffee cups. Somebody else in here said earlier they collect the Starbucks cups. You know, there are so many different things you can collect. And everybody is unique and different. Everybody can collect something that they like. It depends which, Zoe, it depends which dolphin it is, because there are several dolphins. I like that, Richard, you collect dust. Well, you do have a feather duster, Richard. Thank you, Lynn. I like that, Queenie. You collect phone cases. There's nothing wrong with that if you like changing your phone cases. So this one was my birthday present for my 40th. One of my friends brought me this one for my 40th. If you can see, it's one of the little bears blowing out a candle on the cake. And it's all one piece, it's all glued together. Queen Ellie, so I've been talking about the cost, and as I said, I buy a lot of mine from eBay, where they can be so cheap. You just have to keep your eyes open for them and look regularly. The more regularly you look, the more likely you are to find some bargains. I used to go through every weekend looking. I don't do it every weekend now, but I used to. And that's how I found the 4 that I showed earlier that I paid £75 for, the 4, when they should be £100 each. Yeah. I love that. Collect carrier bags because you always forget to take them with you. I love that. Right. I'm getting to the more delicate ones. That one's got a box. That one's got a box. I'll show you one of my broken ones that I still love, but I know he's broken. So this is Dino. This is my dinosaur. Now, he is the perfect example of why I don't get them out too often from the cabinet. Because he is badly damaged. He's lost his half of his tail. His tail should come out like that. So he's lost half of his tail and half of his spine. His spine should have 2 more bits on the back here. And he got damaged when I took him out the cupboard one day. And yeah, he's still lovely. He's at the back of my cabinet. I can still enjoy him, but I know he's damaged. So, but I still love him. So that is the perfect example of why I don't take them out too often. I've had that one at least 10 years. I can't remember exactly, but at least 10 years. No, Lynn, I definitely don't wash them in soapy water anymore. And I'll tell you why. I washed them in soapy water, a couple of them years ago in soapy water, and they fell apart. The glue that they use is strong glue, but it's water. And they use so little of it that if you wash them in soapy water, they fall apart. So yeah, never wash your Swarovski in soapy water. I tend to use dusting cloths. Oh, can you bear with me a minute, guys? I've got to take the call. Pizza, can you come and box it? Pizza, can you come and box it if you're there?
Hi. Oh, I know. Huh. There's a pinned comment. That's different. Wonder if it's because it was before I threw myself in. Hello, hello. What's everybody doing? I'm just cleaning the whole house. I am in New York. Yeah, the boys go back to school on Thursday. Noisy little guys. Yes, the subway is crazy, but I am well away from it. Huh? What?
Hey, darling.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. That was to do with the move, so I couldn't ignore it, but I didn't want you all listening either.
It's 12:30 here. I am born and bred in New York. I lived in Pennsylvania for 4 years, but...
Have you been enjoying looking at my collection?
Yes, I have.
Because you haven't seen very much of it either, have you?
I've been cleaning. Peyton doesn't feel good.
Oh, Peyton, he wasn't well yesterday, was he?
He was all right yesterday, but not
Or was
great.
it Dylan who was ill yesterday?
No, they were all right yesterday.
Oh,
Dylan
okay.
was cranky.
So this piece is one of my favourites that I've got. Now this is the two swallows on the tree, on the branch with the flowers. And I've had this piece for about 3 or 4 years now. And I did get this myself, brand new. I still have the box for it. And again, I brought this on actually it was 2 years ago. Sorry, not 4 years ago, 2 years ago. If you all remember, I went on a cruise and, or it may have been before I was on TikTok, I can't remember now. I did rather well in the casino. And I came home with this, cash, 2 handbags, all sorts from the cruise, from casino winnings. Oh, pizza, where you gone? Okay, fair enough. So that was a piece that I brought brand new. I've got the box for it, but you can see how fragile it is, how thin this tree is. So I'm putting that back in and leaving it there, and I will pack that in its box when I find it. Okay, pizza, no problem. I don't have a moving date yet, Marianne. Oh, is that Miriam? Sorry, I'm not sure if that's Marianne or Miriam. I apologise. Sorry. Brain in gear. When am I moving? Yeah, don't have a date yet for moving. Maria, sorry. I never know when the name finishes and whether it carries on as the same name, so I find it a bit difficult to tell sometimes. Yes, Nikki, I'm getting brain fog attacks today. Very definitely getting brain fog attacks. You can tell when I freeze. Right. I have 3 more pieces to put in this box, and maybe 4. So you all saw me pack the little flower and the tulip earlier. And I've had this piece since 2012. No, sorry, not 2012, sorry, 2007. Get it right? No, I've had this piece since 2007. So this is one of my older pieces. As you can see, it's got a good weight to it. Yes, lights on, but nobody's here. I like your username. Yeah, when they're in the cabinet, I dust them every few months, every 6 months or so. But I certainly don't empty the cupboard too often because I don't want to damage everything or anything. I've only got a couple of pieces of tissue paper left. Oh, I might have enough. I might have enough if I pack these two together. So these are my two little dogs. So this is my little brown dog, which I think is very cute. I'm not sad, Nikki, no, I'm just getting very tired. I'm going to have to stop soon. And this is the little poodle. I am very glad I've nearly finished, because when I finish this I will be going offline and having a rest. I've got 2 pieces to wrap and then I'm finished. No, 3 pieces to wrap. I need a rest. I don't want to drop one of these. I need to rest. I've overdone it. I've pushed and I've pushed and I've pushed and I've overdone it. I'm going to close the cabinet and sit back. I don't drink tea and I don't drink much coffee. I've got Pepsi here though. Yeah, I'm resting. So I know a lot of you will be thinking, how is that exhausting? But for me, that's worn me out, just doing all that. Guys, do me a favor. Please ignore some people in the chat because they are trying to get a rise. Do me a favor and just ignore them. Good luck, a singer of songs, good luck. Good luck. I hope it's what you need. Jarrard even, sorry. Yes, I check my blood sugars about once every few weeks. I do not have diabetes. I am not diabetic. No. This is ME fatigue. What a lot of people don't realise is ME fatigue isn't... When I say it's tiredness, it's not just tiredness. It's an exhaustion that runs through your whole body. All your muscles in your body hurt. It's I can't explain it properly. There are videos on here, on TikTok, that explain it brilliantly. I saw one yesterday and it's in my favourite pinned videos. If you go to my shared videos and have a look at the ones I've done in the last couple of days, yeah. Little James says, stop going to shows every week. Little James, I don't go to shows every week. There are weeks when I don't go out at all. Yeah, trying to explain something with brain fog, Corey, is not easy. Yes, Mandy, I have eaten. Yeah, I'm okay, Raquel. I'm just very, very tired. But trying to explain to people on here, it's not a sleepy tired. It's a physical, painful tired. Danielle, my B12 is now under control. No, I don't have low blood sugars. No. I don't know where Helen is. I'm not Helen's mum. Track, yeah, I might go out for a day. It doesn't mean I do it every week. It doesn't mean I can cope with doing the same thing every day. What you don't understand, and a lot of people don't understand, is what you do one day affects you for days afterwards. So what I did on Thursday going to the county show is still having an effect on me now. That's why I've done nothing over the weekend. It's why I'm still so tired today. I did very little earlier last week because I wanted to go on Thursday. I knew if I did too much earlier last week, I wouldn't be able to cope with Thursday. Right, guys, I am going to get off. I don't want this to turn into a health live. I haven't got the energy. I hope you've all enjoyed seeing my Swarovski collection. I hope you've enjoyed me boxing it up on live. I'm going to sit back and have a rest. I will probably be back on later. Exactly, Jane. You know what, though? Let them. A very important thing I've realised in the last few days. Somebody sent me a message and it really helped. She reminded me just how much love I've got on here. So many of the bullies and the trolls are saying at the moment that I don't have followers, I just have trolls and bullies. But one of my followers sent me an absolutely amazing message that really helped remind me that I have a lot of support. Hi, lady. I've been packing my Swarovski collection, lady, on live and showing everyone, and I'm now exhausted. Thank you, Sharon. Lucy, I read the messages. I don't necessarily reply to them, Lucy, because I get so many messages. Unless I need to reply, I don't normally reply. Otherwise, I'd be there all day, every day. I had about 40 messages yesterday alone. Yeah. Thank you, Hayes. I am going off to have a live, a rest, not live. I'm going off to have a rest. I hope I will be live later on. I will see you all later. And to all those trolls and bullies in here, I feel sorry for you. You obviously don't love yourself. You don't love yourself, so you've got to hate on other people. I feel sorry for you, I really do. You've got to love yourself before you love someone else. And if you don't love yourself, you're never going to love anyone else. And if you don't love yourself, you've got to look at yourself and think, why do I not love myself? I love myself. A lot of people in this life love themselves. But if you don't love yourself, nobody's going to love you. And you're not going to truly love someone else. Right, guys. I will see you later. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you for keeping me company. Bye for now.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.